Hey guys, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. So, something that happened yesterday. So, for the first time yesterday, I decided to stream on Twitch, and my Twitch will be down in the description because I'm planning on doing some more streams in the future. So, if you want to follow me on there, feel free to do so. I also might potentially stream a little bit actually on YouTube, but Twitch is a little bit easier to understand the mechanics of and how it works and everything. So, yesterday while I was streaming, um, I actually went back to our original island and was curious if it had any sort of um, more like iron ore and stuff like that because I was trying so hard to find iron so I could make more rails because this railroad is taking so long to build. There's so many rails needed. I ran out of iron very, very quickly for making the rails, and I was like, there's no way that there's any sort of like mine shaft or anything like that nearby because we're in the middle of the ocean that would have like rails and stuff, and even if it did, it wouldn't provide that much stuff. And then while I was streaming and I was going over to where the other island is, I was digging around and I stumbled across a mine shaft underneath our other island. Um, and I was ecstatic when I found it. And so I was going around, I was looking at all this stuff. So basically, long story short, we have a crap ton of loot now that we got from that. We got a couple of name tags too, which means we can finally actually name our dog, which is great. Um, and I found a whole bunch of rails and stuff, and they helped a little bit. I found about, I want to say, a little over 2 stacks of rails there, and then I found a whole bunch of iron, so we're gonna have to take some of this iron and like make it so that it can be rails and stuff like that. But before we get started today with all of that, I wanted to say to make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so that you can be informed with all of my new videos in the future. Also, make sure to check out my Twitch. Like I said, the link will be down below. So something that I've been working on too is that since we got, I believe it was either in the last episode or the episode before, um, the carrots and potatoes, I added them to our farm. So I extended our farm just a little bit, just so that way we could put space for carrots and potatoes, but while I was at the mine shaft, I also found melon and beetroot seeds. So I added those as well to our farm, as you can see here. So these are going to be the beetroots here, like the beets, and then these are the melons. Um, and so I've added potatoes, carrots, all this stuff. So we should be having a pretty sustainable farm, which is nice. Um, Another thing that I was talking about in the last episode was potentially having each island that we come across while we're going on our little railroad be its own little individual space. And so I want that to happen with this episode, like with this episode 2, but what I want to do first is I want to actually just go out to the island in question, and then I can show you guys a little bit, like show you guys around a bit, and then we can kind of decide what we want it to do. I know that this island is, it has bees and stuff on it, so I kind of want it to be something centered around honey production if we could have it. Because I haven't had a chance yet to really like play with the whole like new added like bees option and everything. And so this is, that's an island over there, which I may or may not try to connect to this railroad in the future. There's a couple along the way that are on the sides, but the big one that I'm talking about mainly, in the first one, is a whiles away over here, and it's very large, and I'll just like cut back to when we get over there. Okay, so we finally got to the island. As you can see, it's relatively large. We got some sugarcane, we got some stuff going on here, and when we actually get onto the island part of the island, you'll be able to see, let me grab this. You will be able to see that there are like bees and other things like that. There's plenty of trees, which is great because if we ever need trees, we can see bees. And I know there's a beehive somewhere over here-ish. And so it seems like it's a relatively like nice island, and we could probably turn it into a nice little like village area or town. Um, there's plenty of cows and stuff like that. It's very nice. And so I want this to kind of be like almost like a honey production center or a honey production like town, if we could. But if you guys have any ideas for this island at all, please, please, please comment down below. Let me know. Feel free to go on one of my Twitch streams and comment while I'm streaming if you think of anything. Um, like, honestly, I'm open to just about anything. So this island here is it's really really large, and to the point where when I was originally going through and stuff, I thought it was actually part of the mainland, but it's actually just this entire island is just very large. So we're gonna have this entire space here that we can do whatever we want with. I do want to make it it's gonna have a train like station here, like a stop. Um, and so we're gonna have to design that at some point in the near future. And I'm thinking of putting it right here where like the water is, or right there where the water is, so that way it's not taking away so much from the actual appearance of everything else. And it's about to get dark, so I'm gonna head back to our base. But I wanted to show you guys just like what the island itself looks like a little bit, just so you guys can get an idea and potentially we can come up with some ideas for what to do with it. So yeah, I think it looks really nice. Like this is a really really nice island. And it's large too, as you can see. It extends all the way over to there and everything. So we can do a lot of stuff on this. Um and also I'm sorry in advance, but this episode's probably gonna be a lot shorter than the rest of them, just because of the fact that a lot of the stuff I'm going to be having to do in today's episode is probably going to be done off camera. Um, and also, I don't have a ton of ideas yet for what to do with the islands over here. I do want to try to connect that one to this railroad at some point, because I feel like it would be interesting. I feel like even if we turn this island just into like a mine, that would be really, really cool. And then, so there's other islands past that one that I want to turn into train stops. And so basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be having a bunch of like stops along the way of you getting to the mainland, so that way if you wanted to stop at one of those villages you could. But yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys that. And I don't think we've done a ton more other than that. I'm just really trying to make sure that we can have like the railroad be built and everything. So if you guys want, you can come with me and we're gonna just grab all of our iron, make some more rails, and then just see where things go from here. We also need this and redstone, because I want to make some powered rails too. Okay. These doors, I'll never get used to them, but we're gonna sleep first, of course. Okay, it's daytime, cool. Okay, so let's make some normal rails first. So, look at that. Even though, I swear, it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like I have so much, and then it's still not really that much. Okay. This seems like a lot, right? Like, that seems like a lot of rails to have, and I want to save a little bit of iron, because I want to be able to make iron tools if we need to, and stuff like that. It seems like a lot of rails, but the railroad itself is over, like, the actual block bridge, the cobblestone block bridge that I made, was over 2,000 blocks, I believe, to construct. Like, as you guys can see, our cobblestone, okay, so I've been mining and doing stuff, so it was replenished, but our cobblestone was actually originally only to here, after I had built everything. So, hello? No, thank you. So really it's, like, it's been so long. It's such a long process to do. I want to make some powered rails too, actually. Wait a second. Not activator, powered. I really should remember the recipe for them, because I've done them so many times. Okay, so let's just... There we go. Okay. And then that should be good. I'm trying to make less powered rails because we don't need a crap ton of those. We just need, like, enough to get across the actual ocean. We don't need, like, as many as the normal ones. So we're gonna put this stuff back. Then we're just gonna go and lay down some of those activator rails. A lot of the stuff I think I'm gonna be doing over streams just because of the fact that I don't want to film like a 2-hour long YouTube video and then like it just be essentially something I could have just streamed. So a lot of the stuff I'm going to be doing in the near future is probably going to be in the stream format, outside of building towns and stuff like that. Stuff like that I want to keep in like videos and things, but the actual construction of the railroad itself, probably going to be streaming more than anything. So we're going to go down and I'm just going to show you where we're at and where we need to go. And then after that, I think probably what I'm going to end up doing is just ending the episode. Like I said, today's going to be a really short episode. It was kind of more just like an update video than anything. Because we did like a lot of stuff off camera, and a lot of stuff is just easier to do in the stream format than it is to do over just YouTube generally. So, sorry for this being kind of a shorter video, but yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do. I also realized that I forgot to bring redstone torches, which kind of sucks, because it means we're not gonna have any sort of redstone torches to light up the activator rails that we set down. But it's fine. We'll get used to it. Okay. So we're going through the island again. This time we're just gonna go completely through it, because where we stopped actually with the railroad and the actual rails is a ways after the island. It's back into the middle part of the ocean. So like you can see, like the island is quite large. It took us quite a while to get through all of it. And then there's stuff like over there too, where it's like technically we could like verge off and have a special little stop over there or stuff like that. And so I just want these like places to be like you know how like when you go on a real like railroad and all that stuff, at every couple of like how after a little bit and all that stuff, oh, and we've reached the end of the line. After a little bit, it's like you get why am I lost for words? There's little stops at each point. And that's just what I'm trying to like show, is that it's not like I want it to be an expressway if it can be, like if it needs to be an expressway, but I also want it to be something that if you wanted to have like stops in between, you could also stop at those places. So we're just gonna keep on going. Okay, let me do this. But yeah, so comment down below. Oh, hello. Go on, you're good, dude. Get off. Go back into the water, man. There you go. Okay, I didn't want to hit him, but oh, and this is another part here that I thought this was also the mainland, and I don't think it is. So this is another like just really big island that we can do a lot on, and I really want this to have like mines and stuff, because I feel like it would fit so well with just like the landscape of it. But also seeing that makes me realize that we're very close, I think, actually, to the mainland, which is nice, because that means that we're almost done actually building our main rails. And then we're gonna have to, in the future, build out the separate rails to go to places, but also figure out the actual train stop like situation. If you have any like tips or things that you think you would work well, either with like redstone or with like aesthetics or stuff like that, just feel free to comment down below anything that you think would look nice with this. And also, again, like I was saying, if you have any ideas for any of the islands, even if I've shown one so far that like hasn't really like tickled your fancy, but you like still have like an idea for an island in general, just feel free to like comment down below, or like if you wanted to, you could like message me on Instagram or like stuff like that, and I'll like reply to you, obviously. But yeah, because I'm just like curious about. Oh yes, okay, so this is the mainland. So we're very, very close to the mainland, but this is the actual mainland here. It looks a little bit different than in the last video, because I realized in the last video I got a little bit turned around, so this was the exact, like, straight away from one place to the other, whereas with the other video, I think we ended up on the other side over here. But this is the mainland here. So it's in a birch forest, which is nice because of the fact that when we actually do start building stuff, we'll have plenty of, like, trees and stuff, so we won't have to go back to our actual, place just to get, like, trees and things, which is nice. But yeah, so we're very, very close to finishing the first initial line, and I really want to see if maybe we can go back to where we had started putting down stuff, and by putting where the activator rails should be, if we could actually finish it. Because I feel like we might be able to. So what I've been trying to... The activator rails? No, the powered rails, excuse me. So what I've been trying to do with the powered rails, and I've been trying to put them, so the little blocks where they have the torch, I've been trying to put them at every other block, essentially. And just because I found that that was, like, the fastest way, and it, like, moves the fastest that way. It's also using them sparingly enough, but also using them so that they're working at their full potential instead of just, like, nothing. Also, it literally, like, before that chunk over there started loading, it literally looked like we weren't moving. Like, it looked like we were just running in place, which is kind of hilarious to me. But yeah, so I'm gonna try and see if we can figure out to build the last little bit of this. Okay, so that's a rail right there. Okay, so that means this one should be something. Should be an activator, or powered... Why do I keep on saying activator? I know they're powered rails. Also, why did my hunger drop? Like, it was, like, at, like, only 2 gone, and it dropped to, like, only almost having 2 left. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you sprint a lot, but still. Okay, so let's do all this. And I don't know... It might not be enough for us to reach all the way over to the mainland, but when in doubt, we only have, like, a couple of more things to actually have to make, which is nice. Because I was, like, worried that we were gonna have to make, like, another 64. Like I said, it was so much. Like, you saw how many rails we had, right? And that was, like, not even that, like, far. I tried really hard to make it so that mobs won't spawn on this railroad, too. Just because I know that's, like, one of the most frustrating things, is, like, getting really far on a railroad, and then having it, like, they're blown up by a creeper, or, like, there's a zombie in the way, so you can't, like, actually, like, go on it, it, like, bumps you back, so... Okay, and I mean, honestly, to be fair, we could just, like, have it be, like, a high-speed thing. Just have this go all the way here. Okay, I mean, that works. Yeah. So we technically have it connected all the way over here, which is nice. So now we need to go back, and I will cut back to when we get back to the place. And then I'm just going to make some redstone torches, and we can go through and light up everything, and then we should have actually finished our actual connection thing from our archipelago to the mainland, which is quite, I mean, I think that's quite an accomplishment, personally, like myself, so. Okay, so we're back here, and we're gonna just make sure that all of these powered rails actually have power going to them. Then we're going to test, once and for all, our completed railroad from, well, that was not at all intentional, from the mainland all the way over to our little island setup over there. So, I'm excited to see how that's going to end up working out. Okay, we skipped one by accident of the powered rails. It's fine. It'll be a little bit off, but it'll just be like a little bit slow right there, and then it'll just pick back up. No worries. And so, yeah, I'm excited to actually like fully just like ride across. And another reason why I like this option a little bit more than just swimming over there every time with the boat is, number one, I know exactly where I'm going every single time. Number two, it's actually relatively safe, because although yes, we do cut through like islands and stuff where mobs could spawn and everything, because it's lit up. Because it's lit up, I'm actually safer than just if it were like normal, just going on a boat. Because on a boat, I mean, you're like safe too, don't get me wrong. But this, I feel like it's safer just because I can look away from my computer for a second and still be going, versus in like a boat, if you look away from your computer for a second, you're not gonna, number one, you're gonna be stopped wherever you like stopped moving, but also you're not gonna like, you're just gonna be essentially floating in the middle of the ocean, which is not something that I'm trying to do. So yeah, so we're just not trying to do that right now. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Seeing the mainland for once. I genuinely was starting to wonder after a bit if there was actually a mainland, after all of the, like, islands we kept on finding, because I was like, did I just spawn into, like, a world that is, like, 100% just islands? Because that would be wild, wouldn't it? I was like, there is no way. Okay, that's lit up all the way until here. Lit up. And then what I want to do is I want to have it be like this. There we go. And put something here. I wish I had, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab a normal rail and then add this to the end over here. Okay. Because what I want to do is I want to be able to have like a button over here so that I can technically just like activate it myself to go. So I need this to be a little bit further away, don't I? Wait, I can't remember. No, because if it's up here. Yeah, okay, we're good. We don't need these. Okay, and then we'll just put down the normal rail here. And then the minecart. And then this is it, guys. You ready? Boom. Zoom. We're going. This is so cool. I'm so happy I finally actually got to do this. Like, I really have been trying to do this for so long. Like, I wanted to do this essentially almost since I started this series. and I found out that I was in islands and stuff like that, I really wanted to have something connecting from our islands to the bigger actual, like, just regular land. And so we finally did it, guys. So I'm just gonna, like, let us sit here and, like, just enjoy the view, honestly. Because it's nice, you know? It's, like, beautiful. It's about to be nighttime in a little bit, I think. Or is that rising? No, it's rising. So I think it just became... I can't tell if it's rising or falling. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Regardless, it's either going to be daytime, like midday, or it's going to be nighttime. Either way, we're chilling. So yeah, so once again, if you guys have any sort of, like, recommendations for what we should do with this island here, let me know. Or if you have any recommendations about what we should do with the mainland or the other islands, let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, if you just have any, like, thoughts for, like, towns or cities or stuff like that, that you don't necessarily see an island or anything that does it justice, just let me know and I'll try and figure out if there's a way I can do it in the future at some point. But yeah. Also, please feel free to subscribe to me on Twitch, follow me on there, because I will be doing a lot more Twitch streams. I really enjoyed the one I did yesterday. There wasn't, like, a ton of people watching, but it was also, like, it was just nice to actually have that real-time, like, feedback from people, which was really, really cool. And I liked doing it a lot. And most of the time, when I film these videos anyway, they're, like, about 2 or 3 hours in length, and then it's just, like, cut down so drastically. So if you guys want to see stuff like building that is on-screen building or mining or stuff like that, or just see basically how I am off camera versus on camera, like, feel free to check out my Twitch, because it's pretty cool. It's also, if for whatever reason the link doesn't work, it's the exact same name as my channel and my Minecraft username, so you should be able to find it. If there's any issues with that, just please feel free to comment down below, and let me know if you have any issues with that. And look at this. The sun is setting, and we're almost back at our place, and this is just beautiful. I think this is, like, a very, very beautiful way to just end the video. So, here it is. So guys, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you'll be able to be informed of every single time that I am posting in the future, and potentially when I'm streaming as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!